Hi everyone, this is Lisa Taylor. Today I just wanted to quickly speak to our Teams area inside the admin dashboard. There's a question that's been coming up a few times during client meetings, which is around how should we be using Teams, or how could we be using Teams? What is the value of this part of the platform? And how do we streamline kind of how to set up Teams? So I just wanted to come in here quickly and touch on this. The first way to use Teams is to set your teams up according to your company's organograms. So basically taking your list of managers and then finding the people that report to those managers and structuring the teams according to that hierarchy. So in that way, Teams can be utilized as part of a review process internally, and the manager can keep a close eye on skill development or skill stagnation for the team members that is under their radar. Now, the other way that Teams can be used is to progressively drive skill development for a specific project team. So this is where we are moving away from the organogram perhaps, and we're moving towards project management potentially. So in this scenario, the manager might be the project manager of that specific project, and the team members would then consist of the various stakeholders in that specific project. You could do this by disciplines potentially, but for interdisciplinary projects, you might want to have sort of one big collective. We could then do a very detailed analysis of the skills profile of those team members, and we can stay proactive in terms of closing any skill gaps that we might come across. So in that scenario, we might have a look at the project requirements, and the team manager might then be able to think very carefully about how they resource that specific team. Do we have the right resources internally? Do we need to contact external contractors? Or do we need to go and speak to our recruitment division in terms of external recruitment processes? The bottom line is we are going to facilitate better decision making through this process. You can have as many teams as you need. And if we have a look at the manager profile here, we also notice that the manager can then also see if a specific individual is part of multiple teams. So that is very, very helpful. If you have the scenario where you've got two managers allocated to a specific team, you will then need to create a duplicate of that team, and I suggest using the initials of the manager in the team name description so that you can easily distinguish between those duplicate teams. At the end of this process, we are then able to analyze consistently across our assessment, skills audit, and survey data based on team or team manager, and that gives us another layer of insight. How do we build our teams? How do we do this in the fastest possible way? Well, we've created a template for you, so you can get that from this question mark icon and this link down here. And that will provide the template of the formatting of your team data. And of course, you leverage your user data export here, this one, to then build out those teams. So if you take this export and you copy all the user data columns, They will fit perfectly inside this template because of the way that we've set it up. And then you can just build out your team names, team descriptions, manager first name, manager last name, manager job title, and manager email. So a couple of columns to then populate, and then of course bringing that in here. Now, teams can change. So how do we keep things updated? Perhaps a manager changes, perhaps there's a team member that leaves, and this is all done from the team list area, and you can edit any number of those items just by navigating to that specific area. So I hope this quick look at Teams and how they can be used is useful for you. Please give us some feedback on this video, whether you think it is helpful. And as always, please reach out to the KnowledgeSmart team if you need any assistance with setting up Teams or understanding the use cases around Teams within the KnowledgeSmart platform.